Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Conquer College Admissions. My name is Julie Kim and I am a graduate of USC and Harvard University and the founder of Passion Prep. So today in this video, we're going to be talking about new trends in 2023 and 2024 in the college admissions industry, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. The first new trend is the importance of recommendation letters. I know that recommendation letters, this is a topic or an item that you check off right before you're about to apply to colleges. And so you are probably thinking about, who should I ask to write my recommendation letter? That timing is usually the second semester of your junior year, and then it'll lead into the summer months and then the first few weeks of your senior year. So that's the technical process and the timing for recommendation letters. But if you really want to receive a good, excellent, amazing letter, that process and efforting will start actually way before, and that's usually the first few weeks of your junior year. So if you don't know already, we have a college consulting program called Passion Project Bootcamp program, and in there we are continuously telling our students and reminding them how to build a strong relationship with your core teachers and your guidance counselor, especially the beginning of the academic year, because that's when the relationship starts. And so why is this so important now more than ever? Well, I've been saying this for the past 5 years, but I know it's easy to forget about it, or you're like, oh, I'll think about it when I apply to college. But trust me, the difference between someone getting accepted or rejected, it can just be your recommendation letter. That's how simple it is, but I feel like so many people complicate this college admissions process, like you need to do something crazy unique or creative. While that is true to a certain extent, the easy way to stand out and to really understand the new trends for college admissions is to start building relationships with your recommenders. And there is an annual report that colleges release every year, and they're almost, more than 99% of the colleges, they actually mark recommendation letters as very important. So I tell my students, it can make or break your application, so we got to start as soon as possible. So the second new trend is definitely the difference between the early application cycle and the regular. So a few years ago, when you did apply early, there was a huge advantage. But what we're seeing, and this is not applicable to all the top tier colleges, but for some reason, it's becoming more common. And for example, Duke early decision acceptance rate dropped by 5%. And then another example, Brown University, one of the Ivy Leagues, their early acceptance rate dropped from 22% to 13%. And so that's very close to even like the regular acceptance rate for some top tier colleges. So we are definitely seeing that the early round is becoming even more competitive than ever before. And that's because students, want to get into these colleges, so they're demonstrating early interest, and they know that early decision means binding, which, basically will give you that advantage in getting in. But obviously, you will have to have a strong strategy in place, good stats, unique factors, your storytelling, all of that needs to be there. But we're just seeing the difference between the early application acceptance rates and the regular round becoming narrower. And so that's definitely a new trend. So what does that mean for you is we can't keep encouraging students to apply early just because it has a higher chance of getting accepted. Because for some students, you might think that that's the case, but when you apply it, there are so many other competitive and qualified high school students, which might make your chances of getting in even slimmer, even though you are in that early round. So that is definitely a new trend that we haven't seen in the past. And again, some colleges Ivy League and top tier, they did increase their early acceptance rate a little bit, but we're seeing more of the early decision acceptance rates going down, early action, restrictive early action. So that's a new trend. So as you all know, SAT and ACT, they are becoming optional. Some colleges are not even looking at it, which is totally something new because before COVID, it was like 100% required. Like I would say more than 90% of the Ivy League and top tier colleges wanted that. It was like a requirement. If you didn't submit it, they won't look at your application. So, obviously with COVID, there's been a lot of changes. Some colleges might bring back SAT and ACT again. They might not. For example, Purdue University, they brought it back. So we might see some, returning policies. However, as of 2023 and 2024, what we are seeing is that because not every college is accepting SAT and ACT scores, their energy and attention is going towards GPA and the high school transcript. So your high school transcript is going to be one of the most important primary documents you're sending over to these colleges. And so GPA is something that is going to be quite important, even more important than before. And then your rigor of classes that you decide to take is also going to be crucial. And this is not to say, hey, if you have straight A's and you'll get into these Ivy League colleges or top tier colleges, because then they'll have to accept everyone. There are so many students with high GPA, but it's a prerequisite. It is important for you to do well in school, show strong academic excellence. So that increased emphasis on that transcript is definitely a new trend. The last trend I want to share with you is that colleges are now really looking for students who are passionate in their field of study and their academic interest. At the end of the day, you're going to college to study, right? You're not going there to only hang out with friends and go to parties. While all of those things are really fun and it's a huge part of your college experience, at the end of the day, you're going there to study and major in a field of study. So it could be computer science, business, econ, what have you. And they really want to see your passion in your academia. And I think the biggest mistake that students are making is focusing on quantity. So they're saying, Julie, I am volunteering and I'm doing summer camp and I'm doing this and that and that. And while you're doing all of those things, it feels like you're being very productive and you're doing a lot, which makes you feel good. But the quantity is definitely not what colleges are looking for anymore. Maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but definitely not now. And so in our Passion Project Bootcamp program, we help our students identify their passion, their academic interest, and then we use that identification to create passion projects, land research positions, network with college admission officers so that you are demonstrating your passion, your academic interest in the most compelling way. So if you want to learn more about our program, head on over to passionprep.com/bootcamp. That is our bootcamp enrollment page. And we also host daily free intro trainings, and this is just an introductory training that's going to get you started on the college admissions process. If you want to start there, the link to that is passionprep.com/masterclass. We'll add both of the links here on the screen as well as in the description box. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll be back here with another one very soon. Bye.